10 of the most interesting things you didn't know about Mr. Beast. Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 most interesting facts about Mr. Beast that you probably never knew. If you only know Jimmy Donaldson, also known as Mr. Beast, as the guy on YouTube who gives away piles of cash and does insane stunts, buckle up. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes. We're counting down from 10 to 1, covering surprising personal facts, behind-the-scenes stories of his channel and company, and the latest developments in the world of Mr. Beast. Let's dive in. Number 10. Mr. Beast is a billionaire on paper who is practically broke. Here's a financial twist that few people realize. Mr. Beast's business model isn't about raking in profits for himself. He plows almost every dollar back into his content and companies. Despite reportedly earning crazy sums from YouTube and sponsorships, Jimmy has said he doesn't stash that money for personal use. A recent interview revealed that, on paper, Mr. Beast is a billionaire, thanks to the valuation of his brand, businesses, and channels. But he keeps less than $1 million as actual cash in his bank account. To normal folks like us, $1 million sounds plenty, but in business terms, that's practically running on empty. He wasn't exaggerating. He basically invests all the money into new videos, new ventures, or philanthropic projects, leaving very little sitting around. Talk about betting on yourself. In early 2025, he told the Diary of a CEO podcast that he's worth around $1 billion if you added everything up. Yet he personally had almost no liquid cash. Why? Because if he makes $10 million from a video, he's immediately spending $10 million on the next ones. If Feastables brings in profits, he's using that to expand the product line or do bigger giveaways. This approach explains a lot about why his content keeps getting more epic. It also explains why, despite his massive revenue, his main YouTube operation actually ran at a loss in 2024, by design. Reports say that last year his Mr. Beast channel and production company spent about $80 million more than they earned, due to all the expensive projects. In contrast, his Feastables chocolate business made a comfortable profit, around $20 million, effectively subsidizing his creative ventures. It's almost like his companies balance each other out. The media side goes big and negative on profit, while the consumer product side brings in positive cash. High risk, high reward. This all paints a picture of a guy who is all in on his mission to keep making unprecedented content. Mr. Beast often says he's not in it for a luxurious life. He still lives in a modest house, drives the same Tesla he's had for years, and doesn't really indulge in fancy things for himself. He's more interested in building the biggest YouTube channel of all time and doing the most good with his wealth. He's a stereotype breaker, a YouTuber who isn't cashing out on mansions and Lambos, but instead doubling down on work. One could argue he's walking a fine line. If a couple of videos in a row underperform, that's a ton of money burned. But so far, he's managed to grow year after year without crashing, and sponsors line up to be part of his videos because they know the reach he has. So financially, he's doing fine, just not in the way people assume. Number 9. He literally lives in the studio. If you thought your boss wanted you to live at work, wait till you hear this. Mr. Beast pretty much moved into his office by choice. Jimmy has said that he resides in his Greenville, North Carolina, filming studio most of the time, often sleeping there to maximize productivity. In fact, at one point he confessed, "In the last 20 days, I've only left this studio once. I just live here." That's right. The world's top YouTuber cuts out even the drive to work because commuting is time he could spend making content. His routine can get insanely unorthodox. When he's in beast mode, pun intended, he sometimes works 7 or 8 days straight without a real break, pulling all-nighters fueled by creative adrenaline. "There are nights I don't want to sleep. When I'm really in grind mode, it'll be 7 or 8 days just nonstop. Then I'll realize, I need some recharge time, and go binge a season of anime," he told Lex Friedman. That work hard then crash pattern is definitely not your average 9-to-5 behavior. It's a surprising personal quirk that even many fans don't know. Jimmy's so passionate or obsessive about his craft that he's built his entire lifestyle around it, blurring the line between home and work. It's both awe-inspiring and a little crazy, highlighting the extreme behind-the-scenes grind powering those epic videos we see. Number 8. He battles Crohn's disease behind the scenes. Despite his high-energy on-camera persona, Jimmy quietly fights a serious health battle most viewers know nothing about. MrBeast has Crohn's disease, an incurable inflammatory bowel condition. In interviews, he's opened up about how brutal it can be. He started experiencing symptoms at age 15, crippling pain, vomiting, and frequent hospital trips until doctors figured out what was wrong. Crohn's causes his immune system to attack his digestive tract. As Jimmy describes it, it feels like someone stabbing you in the gut with a knife during a bad flare-up. Yikes. To keep the disease under control, MrBeast has to take an extreme medication called Remicade, which basically nukes his immune system. The downside? With a weakened immunity, he gets sick very easily. He's joked, rather darkly, that he's caught every bug you can imagine. "I got COVID 6 times, I got shingles," he said, because his body can't fight things off. The flu can land him in bed for weeks. In fact, he mentioned spending 4 days in a hospital in South Africa due to a flu, which is not something a healthy 20-something usually worries about. "The constant fatigue is like living life on hard mode," he said. Many days he wakes up already exhausted. Yet, incredibly, he doesn't let it stop him. Jimmy rarely mentions his illness on his main channel because he doesn't want pity or to make it part of his content. He just quietly endures the tough days and keeps filming. His friend and podcast co-host, the late Technoblade, who had his own health battles, once marveled at Jimmy's work ethic despite the pain. MrBeast's attitude is basically, love what you do and push through. It's pretty inspiring. While he's out here building an empire and giving to others, he's also managing a debilitating condition. Next time you see his boundless energy in a video, remember there's a good chance he's powering through feeling awful. Talk about dedication. Number 7. He's raised tens of millions for charity and plans to give it all away. MrBeast isn't just about flashy stunts. He has a massive charitable side to his work. You may have heard of Team Trees, the 2019 fundraiser he organized to plant 20 million trees for the environment. That campaign was a huge success and even caught the attention of Elon Musk, who chipped in with a big donation. In 2020, Jimmy followed up with Team Seas, aiming to remove 30 million pounds of trash from the ocean. And more recently, he launched Team Water to fund clean drinking water projects. That initiative raised a staggering $40 million in just 1 month in 2023, partnering with former NASA engineer and friend Mark Rober. These global campaigns have made real-world impacts and cemented MrBeast as the creator who uses his platform for good. But it doesn't stop at internet fundraisers. MrBeast literally created his own charitable organization and YouTube channel called Beast Philanthropy. Under that banner, he runs a food pantry, the Beast Pantry, in his hometown of Greenville, North Carolina, distributing food to families in need. The Beast Philanthropy YouTube channel itself has over 28 million subscribers, and 100% of its ad revenue goes to support the charity's missions. Jimmy has said he doesn't take a penny of profit from that channel. It's all about giving back. Through Beast Philanthropy, he's done things like buy groceries to feed entire communities, build wells in Africa, and much more. It's like a modern-day Robin Hood vibe, minus any stealing, since it's mostly funded by merch sales and sponsors. His generosity in videos is legendary, from giving away houses, cars, and paying for 1,000 people's cataract eye surgeries to cure their blindness. That last one made headlines in early 2023. He helped 1,000 blind or near-blind individuals see by funding a simple surgery. While millions praised it, a vocal minority criticized him online, accusing him of doing it for clout. Jimmy clapped back on Twitter at the irony of those complaints, pointing out he's literally doing what people say rich folks should do, using his money to help others. He even pledged to give away his entire fortune in his lifetime. "I promise to give away all my money before I die. Every single penny," he wrote, calling out how no matter what good he does, some people will find fault. That's MrBeast for you. He has a massive heart and thick skin to match. Love him or hate him, you can't deny he's changing the idea of what philanthropy can look like on YouTube. And still under 30, he's really just getting started on the giving spree. Number 6. He built a business empire, with some bumps along the way. Running one of the world's biggest YouTube channels wasn't enough. MrBeast has also expanded into real-world businesses that you might have come across. One big venture was MrBeast Burger, a virtual restaurant brand he launched in late 2020. The concept was clever. Existing restaurants would make and deliver MrBeast-branded menu items, like the Beast-style burger, through food apps. Thanks to his fame, it exploded in popularity. At its height, there were over 2,000 MrBeast Burger locations operating in North America, Europe, and beyond. It was arguably the first viral ghost kitchen brand. Fans could order a MrBeast burger from an app and get it from a local diner participating in the program. In 2022, he even opened one physical MrBeast Burger restaurant at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey, and thousands of fans showed up, packing the mall to capacity. The place broke a record for most burgers sold in a day. However, not everything has been happy meals in Beast Burger Land. As the burgers rolled out widely, quality control became a real issue. Customers started posting about messed up orders and sad-looking sandwiches. Jimmy was very concerned about this. His whole brand is built on doing things right. And in mid-2023, he took dramatic action. MrBeast sued the company that he had partnered with to run the burger chain, alleging they were not maintaining the quality and were more focused on rapid expansion than good food. He even sought to shut down MrBeast Burger entirely to protect fans from a bad experience. The legal battle got messy with countersuits. The partner claimed Jimmy hurt their reputation. And as of the latest news, it's unclear if Beast Burger will continue or be rebranded. It's a reminder that slapping your name on 2,000 restaurants is tough to manage. Jimmy has sighed he'd rather close it down than have fans get subpar meals. So if you have a MrBeast Burger near you and you're a fan, you might want to get one while you still can. On a sweeter note, MrBeast's snack company, Feastables, has been a runaway success. He launched Feastables in early 2022 with the MrBeast Bar, a line of chocolate bars and later cookies and gummies, marketed as a fun, simpler ingredient candy alternative. And of course, he tied it to his giveaway style. Some chocolate bars had golden tickets for prizes, etc. The result? Fans went nuts for it. Feastables started in Walmart stores and online, then quickly expanded to every 7-Eleven and Speedway in America by 2023. You'll now find MrBeast bars in major retailers across the US, and he's even launched them in the UK and other countries. By 2024, Feastables was reportedly doing over $250 million in annual sales. Yes, $250 million, and actually turning a profit. One report said the company made about $20 million profit in 2024, which incredibly outpaced the profits from MrBeast's own YouTube content that year. Jimmy has joked that he makes more money selling chocolate bars than from YouTube ad revenue now. Not bad for a business that's barely a few years old. And then there's the Lunchly product MrBeast did in partnership with Logan Paul and KSI. That's basically a knockoff of Lunchables. Although it launched to great fanfare, Lunchly has seen some blowback with people complaining of poor quality food and whether the stuff is healthy for kids to even be eating. It remains to be seen if this particular venture will be successful. Between the different food options, and don't forget his merchandise, which sells out regularly, Jimmy Donaldson has built an entire business empire off his brand. He's even talked about ideas like mobile games and other products down the line. There have been bumps, like the burger drama, but the success of Feastables shows MrBeast isn't a one-trick pony. He's got real entrepreneurial chops. Who knew goofy YouTube videos could spawn all this? Number 5. His YouTube videos have insane budgets. Squid Game, anyone? When MrBeast says he likes to go big on his videos, he isn't kidding. Over the years, he has relentlessly upped the scale and the spending on his content. These aren't your typical vlogs, they're more like Blockbuster productions. In the early days, Jimmy might give away $1,000 in a video and call it a day. Now he's routinely dropping over $1 million to produce a single video. Yes, 7 figures on one YouTube video. Mind-blowing. He's talked about how nearly all the money his videos earn gets immediately plowed back into making even crazier content. It's a strategy that keeps the channel growing. but it's also a huge risk. Most creators would never gamble that much cash on each upload. To give a sense of scale, one of MrBeast's biggest projects was when he recreated the entire set of Squid Game in late 2021, shortly after the Netflix show took off. He built those elaborate, colorful rooms, had 456 people compete in MrBeastified versions of the games. No one died, of course, unlike the show. And the last person standing won $456,000. That single video cost him around $4 million to make, making it one of the most expensive YouTube videos ever produced. The investment paid off, though. The Squid Game video absolutely smashed records and currently has over 750 million views. In fact, for a while, it was the most viewed non-music video on YouTube. It generated worldwide buzz, and even Netflix execs acknowledged MrBeast's version as an impressive feat. Most MrBeast videos involve expensive hooks to pull you in. Whether it's giving away a private island, setting off 100,000 fireworks, or building Willy Wonka's chocolate factory from scratch. But interestingly, not all parts of his YouTube empire are expensive, and that's on purpose. Jimmy has a very smart strategy. He operates multiple side channels like MrBeast Gaming and Beast Reacts, which are much cheaper to produce. They're mostly just screen recordings or simple reactions with his friends. Those channels rack up millions of views and help bankroll the main channel's massive projects. It's like he has a whole YouTube ecosystem where the lower budget content feeds the high budget content. He said that without the gaming/react channel's revenue, he couldn't sustainably spend so much on his main videos. Essentially, he's running a mini Hollywood studio via YouTube, with the flagship MrBeast channel being the Blockbuster movie division and the side channels being the steady TV division, keeping cash flowing. And here's the wildest part. He's not slowing down. Every time you think he's reached the peak, like spending $4 million on a single video, he finds a way to go even further. He once said, "I could be doing videos for less money, but I don't feel like it. If I can go even further, I will." That attitude right there is why his content stays on top. He's always looking to one-up himself. The budgets might sound unsustainable, but as long as the views and sponsor deals keep rolling in, MrBeast will keep making YouTube videos that feel like full-on movies. Grab your popcorn. Number 4. He's a global phenomenon, dubbing his videos in over 11 languages. Think MrBeast is just popular in the English-speaking world? Think again. Jimmy has worked hard to ensure his content reaches every corner of the globe. Over the last few years, he's launched a strategy to dub or voice over his videos into other languages, effectively creating international MrBeast channels. For example, he has MrBeast en Español for Spanish-speaking audiences, plus channels in languages like Russian, Hindi, Japanese, Arabic, you name it. Initially, he actually made separate channels for different languages, like MrBeast en Français, etc., hiring professional voice actors to perform his lines. In 2023, YouTube rolled out a feature to add multiple audio tracks on one video, and MrBeast was one of the first to jump on that. Now you can watch many of his main channel videos and switch the audio to hear a dubbed version in your preferred language. It's like Netflix, but for YouTube content. The result of this global push? MrBeast's total reach is mind-boggling. Across all his channels and translated versions, he has over 430 million combined subscribers on YouTube. That's more than the population of the United States. His Spanish channel alone blew past 20+ million subscribers in just a couple of years. In fact, some of those dubbed videos on the Spanish channel have neared 100 million views each, showing that his content truly resonates worldwide. To make the dubs high quality, Jimmy doesn't cut corners. He's hired famous voice actors to be the Spanish MrBeast or Japanese MrBeast. For example, the actor who dubbed Spider-Man in Latin American Spanish was hired to voice MrBeast's lines in Spanish. In Japan, he got the actress who voices Naruto in the anime to be the voice of MrBeast. How cool and surreal is that? Imagine your favorite cartoon character's voice coming out of MrBeast. But it works because these are pros who make the videos just as engaging in other languages. Jimmy's international strategy also meant traveling and doing some region-specific videos, like when he did a collaboration with a huge creator in India or challenged a guy in Europe. But mostly it's the dubbing that expanded his fan base massively. He's basically transcended language barriers. The cultural appeal is broad. Generosity, challenges, and crazy fun are pretty universal concepts. MrBeast himself said that over half of his YouTube viewership now comes from non-English speakers. He was one of the first creators to realize that if you want to be the biggest YouTuber in the world, you have to speak the world's languages, one way or another. And clearly it's working. Go to almost any country, and you'll find kids and adults who know about MrBeast, even if they pronounce it differently. He's not just a North American phenomenon, he's truly global. Number 3, he's crossing over into mainstream media, from Amazon Prime to Hollywood cameos. YouTube is MrBeast's domain, but Jimmy has started making moves beyond the platform, with mixed results and plenty of drama along the way. In 2022 to 2024, he partnered with Amazon to create a grand-scale reality competition show called Beast Games. This was envisioned as a multi-episode show for Prime Video, essentially taking MrBeast's wild challenges and turning them into a TV-style competition series. It was a bold attempt to bring his format to a more mainstream audience. In late 2024, they filmed the show with 1,000 contestants competing in person for prizes. Ambitious? Absolutely. But here's where things went awry. After production, a group of contestants filed a class action lawsuit alleging that during the filming they endured a hostile work environment with poor conditions. We'll get into the details of that more in a minute. Meanwhile, MrBeast has been popping up in more traditional media in other fun ways. You might have seen him make quick cameo appearances in movies and TV shows. Most notably, in 2023, Jimmy had a surprise voice cameo in the animated film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem. If you watched that movie and stayed through the credits, you'd have seen MrBeast listed as Times Square Guy. In his brief scene, minor spoilers, his character walks up to Splinter, the mutant rat mentor, voiced by Jackie Chan, in Times Square, pokes him, and goes, "It's just a guy in a costume. Oh wait, it's real," and then freaks out and runs off. It's a quick, funny moment, and most moviegoers probably had no idea who that voice was, but fans in the know caught it and went crazy on social media. That was actually MrBeast's first ever acting role in a feature film, and he must have caught the acting bug because he's slated to do more voice roles. Reports have come out that he will voice a character in the upcoming Kung Fu Panda 4 movie, and even a cameo in a future Tron film is rumored. Basically, Hollywood has noticed MrBeast's massive influence and is starting to insert him into big projects, in small doses for now. Additionally, he's been a guest on talk shows, did a humorous appearance on an episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live, where he buried himself alive in a coffin for a stunt, if you can imagine, and was featured in a Super Bowl commercial for TurboTax in 2022. He's also buddy-buddy with many mainstream celebs. You'll spot NFL stars, musicians, and actors in some of his videos. It's safe to say MrBeast's profile extends well beyond YouTube at this point. Don't be surprised if one day you see executive producer Jimmy Donaldson on a Netflix series or him hosting SNL. He's crossing into those circles. The cool part is he's doing it while still being very much a YouTuber at heart. Even with the Amazon show hiccup, MrBeast's blend of digital fame and mainstream presence is only growing. He's kind of paving the way for content creators to become the next generation of entertainment moguls in Hollywood. Number 2, the Beast Games backlash. What went wrong with MrBeast's Amazon show? Now let's talk about something way more behind the scenes. A controversy that even many hardcore fans missed. The backlash surrounding MrBeast's Amazon Prime show, Beast Games. Yup, that's right. MrBeast's big-budget crossover into mainstream streaming had some serious drama attached to it, and it mostly flew under the radar unless you were following industry news or legal filings in 2025. Here's what went down. In 2023, MrBeast announced that he was producing a full-scale, reality-style competition show called Beast Games in partnership with Amazon Prime Video. It was marketed as the biggest reality game show ever made, complete with 1,000 contestants, over-the-top challenges, and a $5 million prize, which would have been one of the largest single payouts in game show history. So far, so epic, right? But behind the scenes, cracks started to form. In 2025, months after filming had wrapped, several former contestants from Beast Games Season 1 filed a class action lawsuit against the production team. According to legal filings, participants alleged that they were subjected to unsafe conditions, long hours, and in some cases, hostile treatment by certain staff members. Some even claimed they weren't compensated fairly for their time, with several citing labor violations regarding minimum wage and overtime. One former contestant told Insider, "It felt less like a game show and more like an endurance test, except we weren't really warned about how physically and mentally demanding it would be." The most serious allegations included claims of verbal harassment and inadequate medical support during extreme challenges. MrBeast didn't directly comment on the lawsuit in public, but sources close to his team said he was deeply frustrated with the way the production was handled, especially since he wasn't involved in the day-to-day operations of the Amazon crew managing logistics. Amazon, for its part, issued a statement in 2025 saying it takes all safety complaints seriously and was reviewing the situation internally. To be clear, there were no allegations against MrBeast personally, but his name was tied to the project, and the controversy created a wave of uncomfortable headlines just as Beast Games was gearing up for release. Despite the issues with Season 1, Beast Games Season 2 was greenlit in late 2025, with production set to begin in mid-2026. However, sources say the format is being heavily revised, with more robust safety protocols, better contestant briefings, and a reshuffled production team. In other words, they're trying to learn from the backlash and fix the weak spots. Still, some fans have wondered whether MrBeast's move into mainstream TV might be too far removed from the controlled chaos that makes his YouTube content so good. On YouTube, he calls the shots. On Amazon, it's a different game entirely. So while Beast Games could still become a hit, the bumpy start is a reminder. Scaling up doesn't always go smoothly, even for MrBeast. And finally, number 1, he turned down a $1 billion buyout offer because he thinks it's worth more. It's hard to even fathom, but MrBeast so firmly believes in the future of what he's building that he refused a $1 billion check for it. In a 2022 podcast appearance, Jimmy revealed that a group of investors offered to buy out his entire MrBeast empire, the main channel, all side channels, Beast Burger, Feastables, etc., for around $1 billion, and he declined the offer. The podcast hosts were floored. Imagine turning down becoming an instant billionaire in your early 20s. MrBeast explained that in his eyes, $1 billion was not enough. He wasn't tempted because he truly loves doing what he does, and he also genuinely believes the empire's potential is much higher. When pressed on what number would make him consider selling, Jimmy threw out an absurd figure. He half-jokingly said it'd take at least $10 billion for him to even think about it, maybe even up to $20 billion. Why such a high number? MrBeast started sketching out a future where he has, say, a mobile gaming app with 100 million players, 1,000 physical Beast Burgers around the globe, and Feastables in 20,000 stores. In that scenario, he speculated the combined empire could be worth $10 to $20 billion. In other words, he sees himself not just as a content creator, but as the owner of a next-generation multimedia conglomerate. Go big or go home, right? It's both mind-blowing and kind of logical. He's the biggest individual YouTuber on Earth, with by far the widest reach, and a brand that kids recognize more than many traditional celebrities. He's only in his mid-20s and already has the kind of audience some media companies spend decades building. So rather than cash out now, he's doubling down on growth. It's a long-term play that could either be genius or insane, or maybe a bit of both. But given MrBeast's track record, you wouldn't want to bet against him. He has repeatedly turned seemingly crazy ideas into massive wins. Who else would think a YouTube channel could one day rival a Hollywood studio or a fast food franchise? He's forging a new path. And perhaps most admirably, even with those huge numbers in mind, Jimmy stays grounded in his mission. As we mentioned, he intends to give away his fortune over his lifetime and die with zero in the bank. So whether it becomes $10 billion dollars or $100 billion, his goal is to funnel it into helping others and making great content. In a way, MrBeast is not just a person now, it's an institution, one that blends entertainment, philanthropy, and entrepreneurship like we've never seen before. Turning down $1 billion was a pretty good indication that he's in this for the long haul and aiming sky high. And there you have it. Those were 10 of the most interesting things you probably didn't know about MrBeast. From starting as a small teen YouTuber to running a global enterprise, from secret health struggles to jaw-dropping charity feats, Jimmy Donaldson's story is anything but ordinary. It's almost hard to keep up with how fast he's innovating and growing. Every year there's a new chapter, a new crazy project. Love him or just respect him, MrBeast is undeniably a defining figure of this generation of creators. If you enjoyed this deep dive, go ahead and smash that like button in true YouTube spirit and let us know which fact surprised you the most. Did you know he turned down a $1 billion buyout? Or that he spends 40 hours counting for fun? MrBeast keeps on raising the bar, and honestly, we can't wait to see what he does next. Maybe curing another 1,000 people, building a real-life Jurassic Park, or hitting that 1 billion subscriber mark. Why not? One thing's for sure, we'll all be watching. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay beastly.